It was a bright Saturday afternoon at the park when HOA Karen's bigoted child spat on my child. The act was shocking, petty, and completely unprovoked, but what followed was even more bewildering. Within 5 minutes, the police unexpectedly detained me instead of addressing the aggressor. The confusion and injustice were immediate, but I quickly realized that understanding the full scope of authority and legal process would be key to resolving the situation. At first, the officers arrived, responding to a complaint, apparently from Karen herself, claiming some fabricated claim of misconduct on my part. Her son had engaged in an aggressive act, but she twisted the narrative, attempting to shift blame and manipulate authority. I remained calm, knowing that panic or anger would only worsen the situation. My spouse immediately began documenting everything: eyewitness accounts, photographs, video footage from nearby security cameras, and even timestamp notes on the spitting incident itself. The situation was tense. My child, visibly upset, was supported by my spouse and myself, while I calmly explained to the officers what had actually occurred. Using clear, documented evidence, I demonstrated that Karen's child had been the aggressor, and that my family had acted within legal and reasonable boundaries at all times. The officers, upon reviewing the footage and accounts, realized the mistake almost immediately. As the situation unfolded, it became clear that Karen's habitual manipulation and assumed authority had triggered an unnecessary and unlawful response. Her attempt to cast herself and her family as victims backfired spectacularly when evidence made the truth undeniable. The officers corrected the misstep, detaining HOA Karen's child for misconduct and harassment, while formally clearing me and my family of any wrongdoing. This incident also highlighted the importance of preparation and documentation. Because we had preemptively established a clear system for recording evidence and interactions with the HOA, Karen's false narrative could not gain traction. Every claim she attempted to make was countered with proof, demonstrating the effectiveness of strategic, lawful preparation in neutralizing harassment and false accusations. Neighbors who observed or later learned about the incident were stunned. Karen, long considered a domineering presence, was now publicly undermined. Her son, the aggressor, faced consequences, and the power she assumed over the neighborhood had been decisively diminished. The event became a vivid example of how entitlement and arrogance are powerless when met with legal preparedness, composure, and evidence-backed authority. In the aftermath, we reinforced security and documentation measures around our interactions in public spaces. HOA Karen's attempts to manipulate law enforcement were permanently curtailed, and her credibility suffered further. The park incident became a landmark example of accountability, showing that harassment and false claims cannot override preparation, legality, and calm authority. Ultimately, this event underscored a crucial principle: audacity and false accusations are powerless when confronted with truth, law, and strategic readiness. HOA Karen's manipulation failed entirely, justice was restored, and our family emerged with reinforced confidence in the power of preparation, documentation, and lawful authority.